What I consider a good human being. Look, myself. Myself, I am a very good human being. Alright. Well, actually, I'm quite a good human being, from what I've been told. So, what makes up a good person? Well, in my belief, I will let you know what I consider a good human being. The composure of a person. So, my number one is usually a person that has empathy. So, they can relate to other people, because having empathy means that you are trying to understand the other person and you actually can feel what they're feeling. And empathy is a great skill to have. And of course, kind people, right? A good human being that has kindness in this world full of darkness. What about polite people? And not just what they show in your face. Say you go and eat something, how does that person talk to the waiter? Are they compassionate? Are they kind? Are they polite? But are they really polite? Not diplomatic polite. Do they have great manners? Are they generous as a person? Are they a giving person? Or are they there just to take? Is it a type of person that goes the extra mile for other people? Or are they just self-absorbed and want to do everything for themselves and not to other people? And how often are these people smiling or having positive things to say to other human beings? How's their day? Are their days usually grumpy? Right? Do you think grumpiness comes with being a kind person? Think about that. For me, being kind is people that can go out of their way to every situation that's needed. So they're not just looking at themselves. A kind human being is one that they can meet people, they can make friends quite easily because they can relate to people. They generally love people. So it would be a people's person. A people hater, would that be considered a kind person? To hate people? What else do I consider kind? I consider a kind person someone that's loyal, someone that shows consistency. I consider a kind person someone that is a lifelong learner. So I say that's a good person because they constantly choose to learn from new environments. They're always learning and they're always evolving. So it's a kind thing. I also consider great listeners to be a component of a good person. Because if you're able to listen to the other person, rather than just be the one that's talking all the time, that's a great trait. I also consider part of being a good human being is being a courageous human being. Because when you're brave and you're courageous, it's a kind act that you do. Not everybody can be courageous. Yeah? It takes a lot of balls to be courageous in this world. It takes a lot of balls. It takes doing something different. And it also takes a lot of balls to be a self-aware person. You know? I consider a good human being somebody that can accept the other people for who they are, rather than try to make people how they want them to be as people. That's quite kind, because a lot of people out there are trying to make people the way they want them to be. But generally, a kind person accepts the other person for who they are. They don't try to change them. They can see right through them, you know? And a kind human person for me is somebody that is real, because they know that perfection doesn't exist, and they always keep things real. Because being a real person is a kind thing, isn't it? To be authentic in how they are. Somebody that's raw, you know? And a kind person for me is somebody that is always trying to understand things in the environment. They're trying their best to understand why things are the way they are. They don't automatically think negative about situations. They always seek out as much as they can the positiveness of the situation. So they like to turn things around, right? So if a misfortune happens, it's going to end up in a positive outcome. It's not turned into a negative outcome. And as I said before, kindness is being a person that is open to learning. Because a person like that is kind, because whoever they can meet on their path, they know that those people have something to teach them, right? And people can learn a lot of things through other people that you might think that you're not going to learn something from other people. So you accept other people, and you know that they have a valuable gift to give you also, right? While the unkind people might find these people are nuisances, because they might not be taking the time to understand the bigger picture, to go right into the depth. And kind people for me are people that have wisdom, and the wisdom gives them knowledge, right? To be kind is to be wise, right? If you're not wise, you cannot be kind. And another important thing, a kind person does not usually blame the other person and doesn't usually judge another person, because they know that human beings are not perfect, and everybody's trying to go about their day and move on with their lives. So being kind can be quite difficult these days, because people are quite selfish. People don't want to go the extra way. People have lost trust in humanity. People have been taking situations and taking things personal. They fail to see the bigger picture of why things happen. They fail to understand what the lessons are of life. People have failed to understand why we are experiencing pain on this earth. People have become more shallow than kind. people have become more manipulative than kind. People have become more insecure than kind. People have become less than what they truly are. And taking the time to self-reflect and understand who we are as people is only for the kind. Because the unkind they just take life as it goes. They don't really sit down to think about anything else. They take things for granted. The kind don't take things for granted. They take nothing for granted. So, are you truly kind? Do you truly have the components to be considered a kind person? Are you selflessly giving yourself to another person? Have you sacrificed yourself in your life for others? Have you been defeated by giving to others, that you have even gone to depths of neglecting yourself? That's kindness. Or have you been a person that has been constantly taking from other people and expecting from other people? Are you expecting from other people all the time? Do you think that they're your slaves, that they should do something for you? What have you been giving to them? Have you been guilt-tripping people? Have you ever considered what the other person is feeling? What type of a person are you? Are you truly a kind person? Or do you want to present a certain way to people? Are you honest with people? How much do you lie as a person? Be honest with yourself. Are you truly kind? Or are you truly selfish? Choose your kindness.